Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow our channel, and as we continue on with the podcast, we want to start new forms of content. We want to start posting our work here on YouTube. So if you want to see some of that and continue supporting the podcast, please subscribe. Enjoy the episode.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Exordia Creative Podcast. Just like that, we're going to open it up. You guys, we have Bubbly in the office again.
Hallelujah. I got a question. What's going on under the hat?
Same haircut.
Okay. Last week we talked about the new do. I got a sneak preview of it.
Yeah, all of these, by the way, if you guys follow the podcast, you'll know that the last couple episodes still aren't out. They're shot. We're still working on getting them out. But yeah.
If you're watching this one,
same do.
You can still see the old ones. They're going to be out.
Same do, yeah. They're going to go up before this one, obviously. Same haircut.
So when's the new haircut? What's the deal?
I don't know. I'm going to arrive sometime.
You're nervous.
Yeah. Haircut change is a big, hairstyle is a big
You gotta come in here with a new attitude.
Maybe.
Short hair attitude.
Maybe. Not too short. Like, you'll still recognize me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Might still grow.
Yeah. So how long are you hoping to go?
I don't know, but like it's not there yet. Oh
Okay.
no.
Are
You
you
can see
trying
it.
to
You
like,
can see it.
are you trying to man butt it?
No. I don't. Maybe you could at that length. I don't think I'd wear it like that.
Okay.
I think ponytails on guys are kind of weird.
Like, am I gonna be able to like? Are you flowing back? Like, what are you?
Yeah,
doing?
I want to keep it back.
Okay.
I just wanted to like I have to wear a hat every morning,
Yeah.
kind of like how you wear a hat a lot,
Yeah.
just to make it stay.
Yeah.
So I want to be at a point where it's so long and heavy that it can just kind of.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's getting apparently it takes. I think you get half an inch a month, approximately.
Do you have any hair disabilities?
That's a funny way to ask that. No, really good hair genetics in my family. That's one thing we lucked out on. My grandpa has like white silver hair. It's very gray. Goes gray pretty early.
Shout out to Romeo.
Yeah, shout out to Romeo. But he hasn't lost like a strand.
Oh no, I meant like hair disabilities. Meaning, so for example, I have several. The first one is a double cowlick. So
Is that fake?
One here. So when it does go short, you will notice that my hair just sticks up. It doesn't typically lay flat. It has to be a certain length.
Okay, off camera, you have to tell me somebody who has a cowlick. Or tell me like a famous person who has a cowlick, so I know what it
I
looks
could
like.
do like a Google and we can figure that out. But and then in the back, I have a double crown. So all of my hair in the back sticks
Can I see that?
directly up.
I kind of want to see.
I don't know how you would see it.
Is your hair too long?
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really, do a little bit of gymnastics here.
Okay, I know what you mean though.
Yeah. So
But you wouldn't have short on the top. Not that short.
it's gonna be pretty short. Like it's not gonna be a buzz or anything, but
We'll see.
stay
I
tuned.
say you just do it.
Stay
It
tuned.
grows back.
Yeah, I gotta figure out
It's not
what
huge.
Pedro's saying. Pedro, if you listen to this episode before I talk to you, DM us.
Because you had a bad experience at
I
the
did,
other
and we
one.
talked about that on the last episode.
Pedro's the one you like. Good
Pedro's
experience.
been a good dude.
So he's just busy.
He's busy.
Yeah.
He's busy. It's just him in there slinging haircuts, and he's
Since COVID, my thing is when I leave the shop, my next one's booked.
That's what
You have to
do.
now.
Yeah. How frequently are you getting a haircut?
Like 3 weeks or so.
Is it maintenance? Like, what do you?
Yeah, just maintenance. Like just fix the rat tail, kind of keep it even. I used to get a haircut like every 2 weeks, week and a half. So you used to have shorter hair, but now like it's just no rat tail pretty much.
At the beginning of this virus, Sarah actually cut my hair quite a few times. She did a really good job.
I remember that.
And she did a good job. I was pretty impressed. So, yeah.
She's got a backup gig.
Yeah.
If anything ever falls through.
Yeah.
She's better not to work at the other place though.
Yeah. It's coming up on October, which means she has the whole month off, which is exciting.
How does that work?
So basically, how it works is
No babies in October.
she's on call for like X amount of time, and then
Mhm.
she has like a couple days off, and then she gets like 2 months off a year, kind of like a teacher type sort of thing, but it's kind of staggered.
Did she choose the October or why the October?
I don't know if she chose it or if the admin staff chose it, but yeah,
That's a nice month to have.
my wife's a midwife, by the way. She's a baby catcher.
Yeah.
She's actually she was at a birth last night and it went like really quick, which is not normal, but it is a home birth, so she was pretty stoked for that. Anyway, yeah, what's good, dude?
You know, I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the 2 month thing. I didn't know that. It's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So like, does everybody compete for who gets December off, or how does that work?
I don't know.
October's a nice month to get off though.
It is, and then she also has like a couple weeks off in December as well.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot of being on call, and when you're on call, like she could get a page at any time. So she can't do a whole lot when she's on call, but yeah, it's kind of a cool way to do things.
What's your favorite season?
Dude, right now is really nice.
Yeah, I love fall. Fall all the way.
Right now is really nice. We had a really hot summer. We
Yeah.
had a strangely hot summer.
Yeah, we did.
And like it was really hot, really humid. I didn't spend a whole lot of time outside. Like I'm glad I wasn't running this summer because it was really bad. Right now is perfect.
Good time to start the 5K challenge.
It's going great.
Yeah.
It is going awesome.
This is the best weather, hands down.
Yeah, and Connor just opened up his hot tub too, so we're gonna maybe make our runs a little earlier.
Right.
In there afterwards.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
I think fall, spring, fall.
No, dude, no question. Well, spring
Spring's
is like,
wet.
yeah, spring is humid, spring rains a lot.
Yeah.
Fall's that, you get the leaves.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at the forecast, and it's super sunny too for like the rest of the week.
September to December, all the good holidays,
Mhm.
all the best time,
Yeah.
best vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I guess, I understand summer people.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a spring or winter person, forget about
Yeah,
it.
but like call me crazy, but it was even arguably almost too hot to like go sit outside on the beach this summer.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah.
Anyway. So what'd you get up to this weekend?
I just chilled really low, pretty
Chill.
much. What about you? Pretty fun.
We had so my grandma's birthday is in March. She turned 80 years old.
You celebrated half birthday.
No, so we couldn't celebrate her birthday because her birthday's like literally March 19th. So when everything got shut down, we were like,
Oh,
oh,
this is the half birthday, September.
yeah. So on Sunday, oh crap, won my first round of golf this weekend.
Congratulations.
I beat my dad and I beat my brother-in-law Mario,
Damn.
and I got my first birdie.
Look at that. What's a birdie?
So a birdie is one
par.
less stroke than a par.
Good for you.
I was pumped.
Yeah.
So I beat both of them. Two people that I really wanted to beat that
That's great.
season. Yep. So that was good. So we golfed before the brunch. We had a brunch for my grandma at Lynx. And that was nice.
Mhm.
Surprised her. She had no idea.
Nice.
And then we put her up in the Retro Suites Paris room for the night. Cool, like a little birthday celebration.
Yeah.
So shout out to grandma.
It's a big moment when the son surpasses the father in golf skill.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're the new dad. now.
He's gonna.
He's the son.
He's not gonna live that down. I'm gonna be talking about that for until my next round with him. I
He's
said I'm
gonna
gonna
be working on
retire.
his
Now.
swing now, dude.
I'm gonna retire now,
You know he's working on his swing.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
and I'll be honest. I only beat them both by like a couple strokes. But
Counts.
I still beat them. So
Counts.
yeah, we did that. I got a lot of yard work and stuff done around the house.
That's really fun.
I like it. Like I don't know, man. I put on my work boots.
You've always liked yard
I
work.
wear my gloves and I just go to town. I traded my Theragun for an Xbox. All of our friends have been gaming and stuff during the virus time here.
Yeah. COD Warzone. That's a big one.
Yeah. So anyway, my brother-in-law and I swapped. I have a Theragun. He wanted it. He does manual labor, so he gets sore a lot more than I do. And
That's a fun deal for you and kind of a sad deal for him.
kinda, and it's kind of like an indefinite trade. Like we're not necessarily I need it back next week. It's just like whatever. So I'm excited to kind of I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I want to try chilling out, maybe gaming a little bit at night. See what happens. See what Sarah says. See what she thinks.
Probably get into it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We'll see. So
I used to spend a lot of time in like grade 6, grade 7 on Xbox Live Party Chat.
yes.
That was the place to be after school every day.
Mm-hmm.
You get like 5 of your friends, 10 of your friends.
Yeah.
Like I think there was probably a limit of 10 people in a party, and there would be like a competition of which friends could get in because there wasn't enough room. That's how poppin' it was.
Wow. Yeah. So my brother had an Xbox. I didn't have
Yeah.
a system.
Okay.
So I know what you're talking about because he would do that. He'd
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah, I don't think you had the internet for it.
No, I don't. We didn't get Wi-Fi out of my parents' house until I was in grade 9 when I bought a laptop.
That's unfathomable to me.
Yeah. So when I was in grade 9, Austin was in grade 7, and that's when he started.
Okay.
So and he would rip COD all the way
Mhm.
into the night.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 2,
Mhm.
COD 4.
Black Ops.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That was one of my favorite games. COD Modern Warfare 2, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Halo 3, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So
I was a
can say
big
about that.
Skate 3 and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, those were fun. Those were fun. I like 20 Hawk better.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be releasing his game soon. The new version.
Yeah, somebody was telling me
Pro
about that.
Skater. The new PlayStation just got announced with their price, and same with the Xbox
When are those coming out?
for Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Classic. I think they're both
Do you
around the
like
same
why
price.
why Xbox? Just because it was a convenient trade?
That's what he had, and he doesn't use it.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
he has 2 young kids at home. He works. He's like, I don't know.
Do you see the difference? Because I know like people whose opinion I would trust tend to say PlayStation's better, but I have no idea.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like some of our friends were like diehard PlayStation guys, and then I think when COD came out, I don't know what it was that made them switch, but everybody switched to Xbox.
So is it multi-platform?
Like, can you play between Xbox and PlayStation? No.
Oh, well, it's all social influence then. That's tough.
Yeah.
You have to do. You're not going to be the one guy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to like what happens with having an iPhone, an iMessage. You know, if all your friends have iMessage and you don't, you're gonna think about that every time you're in the group chat. It's enough pressure, honestly.
It is, and I wonder if WhatsApp and like Messenger and stuff are putting a dent into that.
Well, here's the thing: everywhere besides North America, WhatsApp is king.
Yeah.
Like when people travel to Canada or to America, it's really just Canada and America. They're like, why does nobody use this? People don't even have it installed on their phone, right? Like,
I just have it for clients.
yeah, pretty much. Like WeChat is king in China. WhatsApp is king pretty much globally, and iMessage is king Canada, US, a couple other countries.
Yeah.
But here we're just so involved in the Apple ecosystem.
What would be your next messaging platform besides iMessage?
If I had to use a second one,
No, like what is your second? Like what's your second?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yeah. I mean, what other options would you say?
A lot of people use Messenger.
Yeah, that's my third for sure.
Okay.
For sure, but yeah, iMessage by far.
Yeah.
By a huge lead, and then WhatsApp, and then Messenger.
It's so crazy how annoying it is to get a green bubble. Like you get that little tick in your head. You're like, why don't you? Like, you know what I mean? It's very tribal.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, if you want to have a group chat, forget about it.
Yeah.
You just can't. So
When are they going to make group chats for SMS?
I don't think that's the plan.
I don't think that's the plan.
When are they going to make iOS for Android? You're asking the wrong question.
Never. Speaking of Apple, there was a keynote. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I saw some watches got released. New iPad.
Yeah. I watched.
iOS 14. Is that out now?
Yes. I watched some summaries of it. I think the highlight was iOS 14.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you end up doing the beta?
I did not. I could not figure it out for the life of me.
Okay. If you want to, you can try the iOS's like 3 months in advance if you're down to run a beta software that maybe doesn't work perfectly, maybe a little bug here or there. So I've had iOS 14 since like June.
Okay.
And I love it, honestly. I don't know much about the new watches that came out. They look the same, I think.
They're Apple watches. I mean, at this point, I think it's just minor tweaks and minor changes that are being made. I have the Series 4, and I don't really know, besides the screen always on difference between the 4 and the 5.
Yeah. I think there's like some new health tracking, probably faster processors.
Probably. It's just small. Like
But at the end of the day, I think what they're doing now is they've got higher market share than Rolex, Timex, Casio, anything, which is already crazy to think about.
nuts. The number one watch manufacturer in the world.
Yeah, they've penetrated this really old industry with like fanatics, and everybody used to wear a watch.
Yeah.
You know, and now of course you can just check on your phone, but that's amazing in and of itself. And now I think it's more so like finding new people, a new addressable market, as opposed to like getting you to upgrade, getting people like me or maybe somebody who doesn't own one.
Yeah.
Just to get into it.
I have such a weird thought on smartwatches in general, because I think they're good, and we are becoming cyborgs with our phones. And
That's a theme on the podcast.
And the watches and stuff.
Yeah.
And I get that, but also when you wear like a normal wristwatch, you just feel like simpler times, and I don't know how to best explain this. Like I don't always want to be getting text messages. I know you can change that. I don't always want to know my health information. I don't always want to know what the weather's going to be on my wrist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I almost got to the point where I was kind of sick of it, and I've always loved watches. Back when I used to go to Colasanti's,
wow, that's a throwback.
yeah, everybody's been there. They had those vendor tents or whatever, and these guys would sell like these cheap $10 watches. And every single year that I went, I would buy them. Anyway, so I've loved watches for a long time, and I just missed like the classic classic feel, look,
Yeah.
and just the normal functionality of a watch. I've got the day, the time, and the day of the week. So the date, time, day of the week.
Yeah, to me, it's apples and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
I love watches. Like, I think that the art of watchmaking is really cool, and how people devote their lives to just work for one brand or create some kind of unique movement.
Yeah.
Like, the intricacy and the detail that goes into making them.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful, and I respect that. To me, an Apple Watch is something entirely different. An Apple Watch is a great product, super functional, but I can't compare it to an analog watch.
No.
You know?
But when you do, though, you kind of have to, because they're competing with Rolex, and they're competing with all these, so they kind of are.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that they have more market share than those big watch manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
That is nuts.
Well, you know, the trend of wearing like classic timepieces is probably on the decline.
Yeah.
Which is like unfortunate if you're an enthusiast, but like let's be real, you know, you don't need to tell the time like you used to.
You don't.
Right? It's on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's more so like I see it more as like maybe buying a cool car that you like. Just something that you can enjoy that's like a hobby.
Yeah.
It's like a car that you only drive on the weekends or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't have that for its literal purpose.
Yeah.
You have it's like a cool design thing on your wrist.
I do look at the time on it though.
Sure.
But I still
Sure.
I still will pull out my phone in some cases and be like, oh, what time is it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm the same way with the notifications.
I get what you mean.
Do you remember the very first Apple Watch that came out? They had like a luxury edition that cost like 20 grand.
Dude, yes. And they still make like the ceramic ones and stuff like that. In fact, I think she would be my mother-in-law. I think my stepmother-in-law. She wears 2 Apple Watches.
She wears 2?
2. 1 on each wrist.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if Nick, if you're watching this, yeah, she wears 2, and I don't exactly know why, but I think the one that she has is a ceramic, and then the other one is just like a normal one.
Why on earth would you wear 2?
I don't know.
Can you ask her?
I can ask her. I don't talk to her a whole lot. She lives in Japan, but
She's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
That's weird.
yeah. So
I was gonna say maybe if you wear 1 Apple Watch, 1 timepiece, that's kind of cool.
I asked Sarah what she would think if I did that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I stacked them when you're in one?
It looked goofy.
It would look.
Yeah. But like that's more excusable than 2 Apple Watches.
Yeah.
What on earth is the point of that?
Yeah. I haven't seen her in a couple of years, so I wonder if she still does it. The last few times I've been
That's
with her,
wacky.
Yeah.
But no offense to her. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe she has a valid reason. I don't know. But yeah, do you remember that it was like 20 grand, 15 grand,
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah, they still make like several $1,000 Apple Watches
Well,
too.
Okay, the last time I checked, I don't know. I think probably they go from like $500 to like 2,000 or 3,000.
Yeah.
But this watch was like over 20 Canadian.
Yeah.
And I think like there's an enormous market for watches that cost 20,000, 200,000, whatever, but not a piece of technology that's going to
That's
become
what I'm
obsolete.
saying, dude. You could buy such a nice watch for $2,000
Yeah.
that if you really do your research, will retain its value, if not appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And if you're
So
spending
it's-
that kind of money, are you going to buy an Apple product that one day they're going to give the final software update?
Yeah.
And I understand there are people who have like, you know, frivolous money to do stuff like that.
Sure.
But wouldn't you rather just buy a nice $20,000 watch?
Yeah.
It's going to hold its value.
Yeah.
I don't know. Teach their own.
I bet you they sold quite a few. Were they the Hermes?
I don't know.
I remember they did a collaboration with Hermes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know these were gold. I mean, maybe if you buy it and you already know that you're going to be obsolete next year,
Mhm.
there's going to be a better one.
Mhm.
Because I feel like if you buy a $20,000 smartwatch, you're going to want the best one every year. Probably.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you go into it knowing that, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was clearly a fail
Yeah.
because they stopped doing that.
And then my father-in-law, he wears the Samsung one, which I like the
Okay.
look of better than the Apple one.
Is it round?
It's round.
Yeah.
You know, the square kind of throws me off on the Apple Watch, but yeah, he rocks the Samsung one.
I haven't seen it up close.
Yeah. He's an
Kind of
avid
interesting.
runner too, though, so he wears it like all the time. Like he runs 10K to the office every day.
That's a lot.
Just a lot.
If you do stuff like that, I get it. I love tracking my steps, but my phone doesn't.
Yeah.
So what do I care?
Yeah.
I think maybe sleep tracking would be something cool to get into.
Yeah, when are they going to come out with that? Because I know there's a
think
product.
it might have it now.
Okay,
Fitbit is the industry leader for sleep tracking.
is it?
Yeah,
Have you heard of the Whoop strap?
from you.
Okay, so it's like $30, I think USD, but it does all that as well. And a lot of people are raving about it.
What does it track?
Sleep, everything,
Okay.
everything. Like the actual strain on your body while you're working out, like
Mhm.
a bunch of different variables, which is interesting. But I wonder if they would. Do you think it's possible for them to do a software update for the watch that would allow me to track my sleep on the Series 4, or would they make that a Series 6 thing?
I just don't know what kind of a sensor it would need.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm not super fond of the idea of wearing it while you sleep.
Yeah, I don't wear anything when I sleep.
Yeah.
Like underwear, but
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
just so you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably get used to it. I'm like, wouldn't that be uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, to me, iOS 14 was the star of the show.
Yeah.
My favorite feature is probably picture-in-picture video. So if you're watching a video, it doesn't have to take up the whole screen.
Cool.
Except for YouTube.
Would you ever get YouTube Premium?
I love YouTube Premium.
Do you have it?
Yes.
You do have it.
I couldn't live without it. I watch a lot of YouTube on my
Talk to me about
phone.
the benefits.
So no ads on the phone.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have an ad blocker on your computer, whatever, they always go out of date. They don't work the best on Mac software. Do you watch ads on YouTube, or do you use an ad blocker, or what do you do?
So it's weird. I have the podcast app on my thing, but when I'm doing stuff like around the house or the podcast app that comes on your iPhone,
Okay.
I consume a lot of podcasts.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Podcasts don't have ads.
no, they don't. Not on the thing. But I like to put the podcast video on YouTube and then do stuff around the house or like whatever while I'm working around and have it there, just so if I want to look at it, I can.
Sure.
So yeah, and I do. Sorry, what was your question?
Do you have an ad blocker?
On my computer, yes.
Does it
On my
work? Because I had a bad history with that.
Yeah, it does.
So you don't watch ads?
I don't watch ads on my computer, but on my phone, yes.
Yeah. On your phone, to my knowledge, there's no workaround
No.
unless you chose.
So you do use YouTube Premium?
I could not live without it. It's my most important subscription, even more than Apple Music, hands down. Yeah, that's the big one. No ads, and then you can watch videos in the background.
So you can shut your phone.
Yes, but with iOS 14, if you're watching a video on Safari or on your browser, you can have the video in the top corner of your phone while you're texting someone.
Cool.
Or while you're doing emails.
Cool.
But YouTube hasn't introduced that yet.
They will.
Right. Whereas on Android, they'll probably make it so you can only do it if you have YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
But yeah, like.
So you would recommend it then?
Absolutely.
Because I've been thinking about it. Because man, there's sometimes like, for example, if I'm listening to like a guided meditation or whatever, and some crazy ad comes up, it's like, oh.
I don't even remember what that's like. Like, to me, there's no question.
How long have you had it?
Months, maybe years.
Okay. Wow. Cool. It's like what?
I didn't get it as soon as it came out.
It's like what, $10?
Something like that.
And then you also get access to like the premium content too, right? YouTube originals.
I don't watch any of that. I'm sure there is. There's also YouTube Music.
Yep.
I don't really use it just because I'm pretty ingrained in Apple Music.
Yeah. And you can also download YouTube videos for premium.
Yeah, again, not really something I use.
No. But
Just I watch a lot of YouTube when I'm driving. Or I listen to a lot of YouTube when I'm driving. Don't freak out.
Yeah.
I'm not distracted driving or anything. But like the amount of YouTube I watch on my phone, ungodly, probably unhealthy amount. So, no question asked.
something to look into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about the YouTube thing on the phone, I've done that a couple times in Sarah's car, where you plug it in and you just listen to the
Yeah.
audio or whatever.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking one day. I'm like, can I get the YouTube video on the actual Honda screen thing?
Yeah, you can.
So I looked into it, and you have to like jailbreak your phone and do some stuff, but you could do that. Not
Yeah.
worth it, but.
No, when you consider what the downside is.
And also, it's distracted driving. I'm not promoting distracted driving.
Yeah, wouldn't be worth it.
But I was curious.
Maybe if you really wanted to just pop your phone,
You
could do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't have a Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
YouTube's like my bread and butter. So.
Yeah. So I'm the Netflix carrier of my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They all leech off.
I'm gonna swap that out pretty soon because I've been paying for it since probably like I think I got it the first year, and it's like $17 a month.
You're gonna upheave a lot of people when you do that.
Well, it's just my parents, but I kind of feel like whatever.
You're gonna shatter the whole thing.
They raised me, and I'll pay for their Netflix.
Yeah, fair enough.
My brother was leeching for a while though, and he kept saying, "Oh, I'll put it on my credit card this year." Whatever, dude. Yeah, so that's interesting, dude. Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
I love this style of podcast. we haven't gone off the list once, and sometimes I feel like our podcasts are like super structured.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just got into it.
We just got into it.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah.
And I think there's a time and place for both. But anyway, I just want to say I've just been enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, it's good for sure.
Yeah. Anyway. Cool.
Now I think we have to.
Now we have to get into the list, guys.
The list.
Guys, Trump approved the TikTok deal, but Jerry tells me doesn't mean that it's actually going to go through. He just said, "Cool, Oracle." So sweet.
Yeah, more or less. We did talk about this last week.
Yeah.
So Larry Ellison, CEO of Oracle, avid Trump supporter, probably one of the only guys in tech who's ever run a fundraiser for the Trump administration. You're right. Like, I can't think of any Silicon Valley-esque type of person who's even remotely vocal about their praise of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying there are no Trump people in Silicon Valley, but they're all like pretty closeted for the most part.
Yeah.
So of course Trump is down with the Oracle partnership. He's been vocal in his praise about it. What I just on a side tangent, what I think is funny is how Walmart has now jumped off of the Microsoft deal bandwagon right onto the Oracle bandwagon. So like whoever is in the pole position, yeah, they're just like, oh, we're with them. Oh no, we're with them.
Yeah.
See ya, Microsoft.
Yeah.
So whoever is the current incumbent, whoever has the best chance, Microsoft is gonna go with.
Yeah.
So that's funny. But as we were discussing last week, we don't know if the CCP, the Chinese government, is gonna let this happen. Right?
Yeah.
Trump's blessing doesn't just solidify the deal as much as he would like that to be true.
I did see a statement from TikTok. And they said something like, we're thrilled with being able to stay in the United States, blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
They did make some kind of statement.
So officially, the ban date has been pushed back 1 week to buy them some time.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, I think Trump's going to end up backpedaling on what he wants, because this deal they're talking about isn't going to give him any of the points that he originally argued for. Like, for example, he wanted a U.S. company to own it. TikTok is not going to sell an algorithm. They're not even going to sell a majority stake in the company. So don't be fooled. ByteDance is still going to own it, which means the CCP is still going to be able to backdoor anything they want.
Mm-hmm.
They already have data centers in Singapore and in
Yeah.
America. That's not going to change. It's going to be a paper win, right? Like I think Trump is too far in now to backpedal on what he said, but where it stands now, it may be like a technical victory.
It's going to be more of a political victory.
Right.
So, look, I stood up for your privacy, I stood up for your thing, but in the back end, they still have everything.
I think what they're going to call it is TikTok Global, and it's going to be an entirely different company with an entirely different management team with access to an entirely different algorithm. So it's going to be a fake win. They're just going to try to appease Trump and to appease the American people into thinking they won while retaining full power.
Yeah.
So checkmate, really. Yeah. CCP wins again. Nice try.
Crazy. Kind of on the topic of privacy, Joe Rogan had Edward Snowden on.
Right. Okay.
Tuned into a little bit of the podcast there. And they were talking about how Trump would be the ideal person to exonerate him, like pardon him, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting, especially because we're coming into the election time.
Right.
So I wonder what's going to happen there. And I also saw that Joe Rogan might be moderating a debate between him and Biden. So I wonder if they're talking or whatever. I don't know. It's just super interesting.
That would be interesting.
The Snowden thing, I'm on Snowden's side.
I don't think Biden should debate.
Sleepy Joe?
Whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, like, the thing is, it's hard to beat Trump in that particular ring because he's a mudslinger, right?
Oh man, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like monkeys throwing their poop almost.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's the king of it.
the way I see it, it's like Trump is the monkey who throws his poop at the other monkey, and now the monkey has poop on him, and the American people think that makes him the loser and that makes Trump the winner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just like depressing and sad.
It is.
Not a good look to
The
go up against it.
2016 debates were entertaining.
Well,
I watched them.
Well, here's the thing. Trump is an absolute master at that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What he does.
yeah. He's like a rhetoric genius.
Yeah.
and he spent so much time in public, on TV, being a businessman. Of course, he's going to dominate in a realm like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you go up against that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? In that kind of a ring, like fact and policy doesn't matter.
No.
It's 4 years from now it's going to be a rap battle.
Popularity.
Right? It's exactly that's all it is. The best campaigner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you watch? You definitely don't. I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
Do you watch the Emmys?
No, I don't even know what that is.
No.
I know it's an award.
It's an award show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Use it TV.
I think it's TV because a Canadian show basically cleaned up and won all the Emmys last night. Schitt's Creek. Never watched it.
I have heard of that.
I've heard of it. Apparently, anyway.
No one in my circle, no one in my life watches it. I've probably heard it on CBC or something Canadian.
It won like 7 Emmys.
Wow.
So they cleaned up. So shout out to
that's pretty cool.
Shout out to Canadian TV. It's always nice.
Show I don't know wins award I don't know. Congratulations.
Content. What else?
Like that meme of Michael Scott putting his arm around the guy. That's me in Schitt's Creek.
Dude.
Way to go, guys.
Dude. Drake can't lose.
You love Drake.
Okay.
You love Drake.
Dude.
We were talking about our favorite artist the other week. You're like, why is no one saying Drake?
No, I did not.
You did
say that.
Okay.
Why
can't he lose?
Dude, have you watched? We watched that music video.
You showed it to me.
Did you see his other one with DJ Khaled and Justin Bieber? Dude, he got Justin Bieber to rap for his music video, and Drake wasn't in the actual music video. The song was done by Drake and Khaled. Okay. Justin Bieber sung the song, acted as if he was Drake in the entire thing. Did all his mannerisms and stuff.
It's kind of cool.
Insane. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he has an album coming up too. He's doing a really great job staying on top. So.
Yeah, you have to applaud his team for what they do from a business and marketing perspective.
It's insane.
Yeah, it really is.
It's insane. Anyway, the song is called Popstar.
Popstar.
And he put Justin Bieber in the
pretending to be Drake.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. 2 Canadian artists.
Yeah. Another one for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, we can keep going off this list here. We've got a lot of battery stuff going on. So we've got Nicola.
While we're on that political thing,
yes.
Rest in peace to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Another question, which this prompted me because we're talking about the upcoming election and the debates and all that. It's a question of who's going to replace her, because right now I heard on the news that the Republican camp is trying to get her replaced as soon as possible, so she can be replaced with a Republican.
Yeah.
Right, whereas a lot of other people are saying wait until the election. So I'm not sure the exact duty of a rule, how crucial it is that it gets filled instantly, or if we can wait a month or two.
Yeah.
So it's really not that long.
No.
But yeah, I'm not sure how that works, so it's going to be interesting, because she was a pretty avid vocal supporter of women's rights, gender equality, and stuff like that. And I'm not saying Republicans couldn't hire a fantastic person if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see which side her replacement falls on. So rest in peace to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah. How old was she?
I'm not sure.
She was pretty old.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace. So, battery stuff.
Oh yeah.
We got Nicola.
2 stories.
Nicola, Tesla's ugly cousin. Yeah. And then the Tesla Battery Day.
Tesla Battery Day tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big...
it sounds extremely boring, but I'm sure there's going to be some exciting stuff.
Yeah. So it's it's like investor relations. It's where they show off all their advancements in battery technology and battery innovation. If you watch a couple episodes of the podcast, you probably know I'm a big Elon fan, big Tesla fan. What's interesting about EVs and what they're doing is that batteries are one of the biggest limiting factors in pushing the technology forward, due to cost, size, and energy storage capacity. So when the batteries get innovated, that helps the entire process get innovated. It's not just one like component, one singular thing being improved, because it's going to make the entire car lighter. It's going to make the entire car cheaper. It's going to let them produce more of them. So Tesla cars have had a waiting list basically since the inception of the company. They can't make them fast enough. And a big problem with that is how like cumbersome the battery process is. So over the past year or so, they bought a company called Maxwell Technologies, which is a really cool like, proprietary battery thing called dry battery technology. Basically, it's part of the process. They used to have to get the batteries wet with some component and then wait for them to dry. And it took a long time. They can now do it dry, which means on the production line, things move way faster. There's this process. Elon has a quote that's the best process is no process, where now they're able to remove part of the process of putting the batteries in a battery pack. They get to remove one of the components, again, lighter, cheaper, faster, more storage. That's kind of the point. So they may be unveiling something big tomorrow. Sorry, the event's tomorrow afternoon or something like that. So it could be a big day for the company, big day for investors. It's going to be like marketing mayhem. They might bring out a car. Like I could see them rolling out a car on stage with the new battery.
Like a new model?
Probably not a new model.
Like a Y or a 3.
But it would have like significantly better range.
Yeah.
Or we could see, hey, these cars are now 30% cheaper, 20% cheaper.
Yeah.
It could be enormous, right?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So
Cool.
we're not sure what it's going to be, but it's definitely dry battery technology and maybe even more.
Cool.
There's talk of a 1,000,000-mile battery.
That's insane.
Yeah, which would be very big.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in consumer
No.
cars, but just to prove that they can do it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people in tech and in auto are pretty excited about it. Like, for example, the CEO of Panasonic is a big supporter of Elon. The CEO of Volkswagen is a firm believer that they're going to be the most valuable company in the world. He thinks the most valuable company is either going to be Apple, Tesla, or Volkswagen, and it's going to be a mobility company, like an EV company like Tesla.
Amazon didn't make the list?
No.
Interesting.
There's just such an addressable market that's so widely untapped right now. Like, if we look at some of the most profitable companies in the world, a lot of them are oil, right? And where do you think that's going to go over the next 50 years, or maybe even less? Like these big oil companies that bring in more revenue than Apple, which is the most valuable company.
Yeah.
Right? And if all of that can be pivoted to EVs and autonomous and electric vehicles, like the opportunity for growth is insane. Amazon's already a behemoth. They're already so big. The likelihood of them 10xing in size versus the likelihood of Tesla 10xing in size. That's the way I think of it.
That's a good comparison.
More room to grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazon's amazing, but they're already amazing.
Well, I'll tune into the battery game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. Might be underwhelming. Might be completely mind bending. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. On that note, guys, we're going to wrap it up here.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast episode. Thank you to we actually have a couple new subscribers since not posting a couple of videos. So shout out to you guys.
Thank you for being patient.
Yes.
By the time you're seeing this, all the episodes are out.
Yeah.
So thanks for rocking with us.
And we're going to figure out this cog in the machine here.
What's that?
If that's the term. Just trying to streamline this podcast process. I just have some ideas. Anyway.
Okay. We're pretty good at the one episode a week every Tuesday.
Yeah.
For the most part, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, guys.
Keep posting.
Talk to you hopefully next week. We'll see.
You will.